Alright guys, I'm going to do a commentary on mine and Mr. Blood Bowl's match that we played last night. It's partly to test out OBS, test out my microphone and things like this, and this was a very entertaining match. So I hope you all enjoy it. It's the Warpstone Wonders versus Commissioner Gibbs' Barmy Army, I think they were called. Mr. Blood Bowl's Chaos Dwarves. So there was a bit of a TV difference in my favour. I opted to take a wizard, and as you can see, Glass Smash Rip in inducements. And here we go with El Jefe. That's Mr. Blood Bowl on the group. So no surprises in his team. He hasn't really got a Minotaur yet. And there's many arguments for and against the Chaos Dwarf Minotaur. Obviously, he's decided to do without one. So at this point, El Jefe chooses to receive the ball. No, sorry, kick the ball. So he's going for a fairly standard setup. Well, this. So as you can see, he's got quite a few level ups and so on. Now I have a bit of difficulty with Underworld setup. It's yeah, what do you put on the line? At this stage, I eventually opt for the troll and the two lines, because the only goblins I've got on the pitch are the two head guys. So here we go with the kickoff, and we get the pitch invasion. And as you can see, that did not end well for El Jefe. Turn one. No real surprises here. Use Glart, try to smack down a Chaos Dwarf because he's got Claw. And of course nothing happens. There we get the push. And I opt to sort of get the troll up there, mark the bull centaur, pick up the ball. Pretty standard opening in the position that both teams were in, I would have said. Yeah, moving the two-headed guy. So not a lot El Jefe can really do at this stage, as half his team was lying stunned on the floor. So, oh. And there goes the ball. Oh, and he re-rolls it on a push. That did surprise me. He does get him down, but he burns a re-roll because he wants to get that troll down. That did surprise me. And there goes up to mark the goblin. So yeah, not a lot he really could have done. Obviously this is a replay, so you don't see the amount of humming and hawing I did into which direction I was going to try and push up the field. This, in the end, not too close to the sides. Get within scoring distance-ish. Couple of re-roll, a couple of go for it's maybe to get there. Try and mark those bull centaurs. The troll gets up, and just remembering to move the guys out the back, from the back. A little bit of a risk. Try and get that hop down. Down he goes. So all pretty standard so far. No real surprises at the moment. So as you can see, he's going to try and get those bull centaurs into a position. And no, he's not seemingly too desperate at the moment. I mean, he could definitely, he's in a position where he could still stop me. A little bit of a setback, but he's definitely got a good chance to stop me. Up goes the claw guy. Yeah, and another reroll on a push. It was around this point he messaged me and said, I'm burning through rerolls. It's like, yeah, you're rerolling pushes. Oh, I'm killing that troll. I'm killing the troll. Is it worth it? I'll leave that up to you guys. So there's me sort of trying to create a gap. The bull centaur didn't go down, and again he doesn't go down. I'm a little bit getting a bit caged in and surrounded by the dwarves. I feel like I have to make a bit of a break for it. I can outrun most of these. Oh, and of course I failed. Go for it. Always remember, go for it's never a sure thing. And a failed dodge. So a little bit of a setback on the Underworld drive. Not too bad. Though could have been worse. So pretty standard getting those blocks in on the goblins. 2 dice blocks on goblins with no block. Makes a lot of sense. Get them out the way. Get one off the pitch. Start as you mean to go on. And down goes the thrower. Realising I might be in a little bit of trouble at this point. And yeah, down goes Glart. Up runs the Hob, getting ready for the blitz. And he goes down. So obviously, I'm guessing for Phil, he gets the result he wants. The ball goes off the pitch. But unfortunately, doesn't really land in a position that's particularly advantageous to the Chaos Dwarves. So, oh, and a double skull, of course a reroll. Last reroll, that's his last reroll. Marking the ball with the bull centaur makes a lot of sense. Unfortunately, I decided to use the lightning, thinking, well, I might not get another chance to score. Might as well get the line to score. And there we go. And that means that line then levels up. So just give you a chance to see the, yeah. One knocked out player, he comes back. Not looking too shabby. Yeah, halfway through the first half. Got a touchdown. At this point I'm thinking I could potentially stop El Jefe, but knowing that he's, you know, every chance that he's probably going to score and equalise. And again, I appreciate my setup for Underworld isn't always that great. I'm never too sure what to do with him. At this stage, I decide to try to make it so it's not too easy for him to go through the line of scrimmage, or he has to, like as he's doing, he has to commit a few players to it in order to make it happen. But again, I'd say, you know, Phil, El Jefe, so he's doing a reasonable setup there. Yeah. First one, guys, I'm going to try and use your Blood Bowl names and try not to use your real names as we're doing it. So we get the high kick. Of course, he's going to move his plus agility, ball under it. Boom. Rolls a 6, gets the ball. So again, fairly standard play going on here, you know. Trying to break into it, make a corridor. Try and contain the Underworld team. no real surprises here, I don't think. Oh. Let me just sort of play with the camera a bit, see if we can get that a little bit more. You can see what's going on. So I'm going to leave. All I've got the skills up for is the skills they've had on level ups. So yeah, do bear with me in this replay. Oh, there we go. He injures the troll. I think it was only a badly hurt, but yeah, regen. Don't bother with an apothecary. Risk the regen, and he comes back anyway. So not too bad. Oh. Just let me see if I can get this. So do comment if you guys think you have a idea of what a better camera angle might be for this sort of thing, and hopefully we'll get some more commentary on replays and maybe some live matches as we're going on. So yeah, I'm now just trying to break through into the corridor that he set up for himself. Little bit tricky. Underworld isn't going to be able to outbash a Chaos Dwarf team anytime soon. But yeah, just maybe a little bit of screening going on. Phil has protected the ball carrier in quite proficient way. I'm not going to reach that ball carrier anytime soon. So all I can try to do is maybe slow him down a little bit. So a little bit of standing up the players first, a bit of blocking. And there we go. It's down goes Glart for the stun. Could really have done without that, to be honest. At this point, you're just starting to think, well, trying to slow him down. Best I could sort of hope for is maybe he's gonna double skull it twice or fail a dodge or something like that. But sure feet coming into play there. Oh, got a delivery, guys. Sorry, just give me a second. Oh, so sorry about that, guys. I wasn't expecting that to happen halfway through the recap. Like I said, this is an experimental one. Not perfect, but I hope you will find some entertainment out of it. Oh, so sort of getting back into that again. So you can see he's reinforced that corridor. I'm potentially not going to break into that anytime soon. So go for the blitz, a bit of a risky one, 2 dice, but you know, pays off. Down he goes, gets stunned. So of course at this point you allow yourself to think, oh well, maybe I do have a chance to stop him. You know, a little bit trying to free up a few things here. But at this point I'm down a player, I'm down a muscle player. Oh, yeah, I will try not to move the screen too much like that. Like I said, it's one of those things. Discovered I had OBS from the last time I was thinking about doing this, and thought, well, you know, we'll just give it a go. So it's not perfect, I'm aware of that. So yeah, trying to see if I can stop any sort of swinging around there. You all know El Jefe. If you give him a chance to get to the end zone and sit there for 5 turns, that's exactly what he's going to do. So it's all about trying to get a bit of pitch control in there. And everybody's favourite player. So yeah, he's widening out the corridor now. And it makes a lot of sense. Oh, and there we go. Injures the thrower. It's only a badly hurt. I don't pocket. Underworld, you know, it's not going to be the first injury that I'm going to take, and I'm not wasting an epoch on a badly hurt. Get them both downs, nothing happens. So he's done a good job at keeping those blitzers tied up there and keeping them out the way of the ball carrier. And again, he's got not bad protection going on there, just he's left one little opportunity open. But that's a go for it. This involves a lot of risk, and as you see, no chance. Reroll the failed dodge, roll a 2, and it's all over. It's all over. But well, you know, I maybe in hindsight you should have used the freed up line man there and gone for the 1 dice block with him. But you know, live and learn. It's a little bit different when you're watching the game to when you're actually in the middle of it playing. I had worked it out slightly wrong and thought maybe I could get 2 dice, but you know, that was never going to happen. So there we go, an El Jefe special. I'm just going to sit by the touchline, and it's perfectly viable. I always think I'm not criticising him as a very good coach. Stalling is an absolute essential part of the game. So not stalling would be rude. So there we go. I mean, at this point, you know, it's just he knows that no, I can't get to him. Whatever, regardless. So a fairly standard first half, I would have said. Being able to take advantage of the situation. There's an argument I might have used that lightning bolt a little bit early. But hey, I got a touchdown out of it. I regret nothing. And yeah, pretty standard. He's obviously going to go for the foul here. Why not? Dirty player. Blitzer on the ground. Here we go. Bosh. But, you know, KO'd. We can live with that. And he's sent off. But that's a fair trade. That's what your dirty player Hobbs for. Do the fouls, get sent off. Took off a blitzer. Will the blitzer come back? Well, we'll find out in the second half. So here comes Glart having another go. This can be the thing, of course, with star players. I took him because of Claw. Thought maybe I can get at least a few KOs, maybe a couple of stuns. But of course, he's not done very much in this first half. He certainly hasn't been very pinnacle. Just returning the favour on the foul. Fortunately, off he goes. On a broken jaw. I can't remember. Did he epoch this? Oh no, he doesn't. Yes, he did, and he got the same result, I think. But yeah, either way, it's a miss next game on that Chaos Dwarf. So here we go, turn 8, last turn. He's got the stall. He's going to go for a hit. I mean, this obviously could have gone badly, but it didn't. He goes for a couple of hits. I mean, he is risking those dice. I know it's 3 dice, but you know, triple skulls is a thing with no rerolls. It could have ended badly, but it didn't. And there we go, in for the touchdown. Going into the second half at 1-1. As I said, fairly standard first half, but there are some interesting things about to happen in the second. So there we go. So I'm just gonna, let's skip over. Oh no! Let's skip over. Just get to the half time. Let's look at the KOs. Do the KOs come back? So Blitzer comes back. Goblin doesn't. Of course, fairly even numbers still. The Underworld does have a bit of a bench. Potentially could be argued I've got a bit of bloat and too much bench, but at this point it does pay off, I think. And again, my setups for Underworld aren't really very perfected. I'm going to try and just go, you know what, I'm just going to feed in some unleveled up reserve goblins. You know, have fun hitting them, mate. That's all good. You can hit those till the cows come home. So yeah. So that's a standard fairly thing set up. And he's gonna like do a bit of a wall of dwarves on the line. Makes a bit of sense. They're not very fast. Smash through those goblins. Here comes the kickoff. And throw a rock on Look Glass Smash Rip. Can you handle the suspense? And dead. Dead, dead, dead. As a star player, and knowing that if Phil does get to the end of the line, he's going to stall for the 2-1, I don't bother with the Apothecary. So an interesting start to the second half. Little bit of tackle going on there. And yeah, no surprises here, I don't think. Try to smash your way through those goblins. And start to set up so, you know, in a position to get that claw guy onto the blitzer makes a lot of sense. Not a lot happening there into that regard. So there's the bull centaur, and of course he goes for the pickup on the edge 3. Yeah, and he fails to pick up, but the reroll soon takes care of that. So obviously in this case El Jefe's decided to use the Edge 3 Bull Centaur. It's a natural ball handler, nothing wrong with that, but it is in danger that that's going to be the star player hog, because star player point hog, because you know, obviously you want to be careful just scoring with just one player all the time. But as we know, you know, he's a good coach, he does know what he's doing, so I'm sure he is thinking about star player point distribution as he goes. So just at the moment, you know, you should never be fooled that just because the ball carrier is down 1/2, that's the point of attack it's going to be. I mean, you've got to have a bit of pitch coverage. You've got to make, you know, their move 6, sure feet and sprint. So the 3 go for it. So you can easily change his point of attack at any point. So not a lot interesting happening in that turn. So. And here we go. We go for the blitz, try and create a hole somewhere. And there we go. Moving on the claw. So the claw player is only really going to have effect against the troll and the blitzers in this. The rest of the team is AV7. And he double skulls again, but he's got his rerolls. That's good. He's down to the 1, and bang. And there we go, another injury. Badly hurt. This stage is not too bad. We're still fairly even number-wise. I think he has a 1-player advantage at this point. Oh, and of course, failed dodge roll. My own fault. Oh no, it's him. Sorry, I missed the turn. It's the hob. Failed. Go for it. And a bad. Was that badly hurt? Yeah, badly hurt. Again, he's not going to waste an apoc on that. So doing a risky blitz with the troll. Always risky blitzing with the big guys. This time it works. Underworld Troll Claw coming into play there. At this point, it must be said that most of my blitzers have leveled up, and I opted to give them both guard rather than making one or both a focused killer. As I'm experimenting around with builds and things, I thought, you know, them and the troll are the ones with strength access. I might as well utilise that. It can't be underestimated how important guard is. So you can see he's building up a nice little corridor again there. Very similar to the first turn. A little bit more aggressive with the ball carrier this time. But at this point, of course, he is a little bit more committed now to coming down that side. So he could perhaps change tacks. He'd either have to go back on himself or he'd have to do it going forward. It's very unlikely that that point of attack is going to change. There we go, another one down. But only a stun. And a few pushes. Nothing too spectacular on the dice up to this point, I don't think. Fairly average dice all round. And there we go. Smack onto the claw player. You get your hopes up. Dead, dead, dead. Nope, stunned. God damn it. God damn it. Why won't you die? And I really stupid on, again, pushing my luck a little bit there to get the blitz on another troll. Really stupiding. You know, you take those risks. I knew the risk when I did it. I was fully prepared for that really stupid to happen. and to I think I wasted a reroll and the loner came in, so yeah, it's not a massively desperate position for Underworld at the moment. But it is beginning to get a little bit more desperate as time goes on. So we've got another badly hurt. Oh no, that was... He got a minus agility, I think it was. So yes, it wasn't a badly hurt. And then I used the apothecary. Like I said, this is all very off the cuff. Little experiment. We're going to see how the video turns out. And then we can just go from there. So down he goes on a hob with block. Not a bad choice. And he's going to try and push through that line, because as we all know, he likes to get to the touch line and get out the way and stall for as long as he can, which obviously at a 1-all score line, it isn't necessarily the worst idea. And then bang, another injury. Down he goes. But again, he's only badly hurt. And I've already used my apothecary, as you can see there. And so here we go. Here comes the start. This is the play, I think, of the match. Phil said it was the play of the match. Here we go. Down he goes. Get the stun. Get the two-headed goblin, and here we go. Off. Is he going to? Oh, no good. Do the reroll and. Off you go. Good night. And there is the danger of making sure that you've got your ball carrier well protected. A 2 dice. I mean, at that point, of course, that was similar to what happened to Phil. That could have been better, obviously. So at this point, it was like that was a great play, but the dice didn't really go in my favour, and it didn't. It still looks like a sure thing for Phil there. So yeah, no surprises there. Get that troll away from the ball carrier. Bang. And a stun. Another KO. At this point, of course, I'm now very down in players. Completely outnumbered. I think it's a fair point to bring up now that this, but never give up. Never ever give up, and you'll see why in a minute. You will see why in a minute. So, bit tricky to get those goblins down if you don't have block and tackle, but not so tricky to get that one down. All good. And then there we go. And of course, it is always easier said than done, but you know, it's important. Or you know, you leave your ball carrier even a little bit open. I'm going to take the 2 dice against again. Why not? I'm down players, and down it goes. Perfect land, really. Could have been a little better, but there we go. Fails to pick up, but he gets it. And all of a sudden, oh, I might be able to win this. Risk a couple of risks to go, and just chuck that ball up the field. Now, you rolled a 6 for the short pass, and you start thinking, I could have thrown that further up, but short pass on an edge 3 with no real passing skills, that was probably the right choice. I stand by that. At this point, I was going, oh, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this draw. It's going to be a well fought for draw. But again, you know, El Jefe's not going to just give up. You know, he's not going to go, oh well, that's it then. You know, he's going to try and work something out. Of course, he's getting those armor breaks in. It's not a massive achievement considering most of the team is AV7, but so there we go, we're running up. With his short feet, and another foul. Makes sense. Bang. But it doesn't break the armor. So up comes the troll, and of course he fails his go for it. Bang. So sometimes it's important when you start your turn to take a deep breath and just have a quick look at the pitch rather than I really have to do this move. You know, there were other things I could have done first. That's completely on me. Mind you, at this stage it's unlikely they would have made a huge difference, but there we go, he picks up the ball. What's he gonna do? He gets it down to, goes for a couple of go for it, gets the bloomin' pass, and he fails the catch, and then he re-rolls it, and there we go. And then he just runs that off there. So nice recovery. I think that's a nice recovery. A bit dicey, but he didn't really have a choice. But, you know, you don't go for it, then it's definitely not going to happen, as we like to say. So, of course, he's going to go for a foul on the troll, I think. Why wouldn't you? Get them all nicely ganged up there. Give the troll a bit of a boot to the head. There we go. And sent off for your troubles. But at this point, he's so far up in numbers, it makes no difference to him. I can't get to the ball carrier. He's reasonably safe. So a much more entertaining second half overall, really. Not obviously the first half was great to play in. It's always great to play El Jefe. He's a great coach. But it was just a bit standard, if you like, you know. Whereas the second one, as you could see, it had plays and some desperation manoeuvres. Oh, and there we go, returning the favour. So you can have some of that. Not that that's really going to help me, but, you know, why not, you know? Get them fouls in. Getting the player sent off wasn't going to particularly hurt me either, so all good. So, of course, this time he gets to go straight for the score. No risk in it with other things. We get to the 2-1. At this point, you know, of course, it could be said that, you know, we could possibly end this replay and commentary here, but let's go the distance. Let's go the distance. Let's take it to right to the end of the match. You know, at some point I might ask if somebody wants to join me. Maybe we can try and get that set up. It's a little bit dry with just the listening to me drone on about the game. I can appreciate that, but you know, get it nicely tested out. And it was that second half, I felt it might be good to put a little bit of attention to. And really, I just couldn't be bothered to do a write up. You know. So there we go. Boom, perfect defense. Not too bad. For the last turn, of course, he can move that away from the troll. He can, you know, Mostly just move away from the troll then, but yeah, it's a good move. So we'll of course go for the blitz with the troll. Why not? Let's see if we can get rid of this claw dwarf. Give him some pain. Hope up. Hope's dashed. Oh well, just a stun. Just a stun. But of course, this is never being one to miss a good opportunity for a good foul. Here we go. Let's get that boot right in. Oh no, they're a bit more assisting first. Now we're going to get the boot right in. Here we go. Have some of that. And of course nothing. I like to get you all excited. You think something's going to happen. And it doesn't. There we go. I'm going to try and get that 1 star player point. Nope. And there we go. So I'm aware there was some shortcomings there. A little bit moving around the camera. Getting a delivery halfway through. I appreciate all of that. But I hope you all got some enjoyment out of that nonetheless. And I might try and do a few more commentaries going forwards. We'll just have to see how it goes. But yeah, thanks for watching.